Okay, so once again, hello, dear participants from so many countries, and we start our webinar about Trello. I just want to say before we start that now we will not provide you any, let's say, tutorial how to use Trello. We just want to demonstrate you some basic options and explain how real teams use this Trello for their work. And I will present the experience of one Spanish organization, foundation iWith.org. And you will see how our team adopts our work to this tool, and how this tool helps us to manage a lot of projects. Another thing that I would like to mention, kind of rule of this webinar, if you have any questions, please ask me by typing in the chat. But I will answer them a bit later when I finish my presentation, okay? Because if not, then it will be a bit complicated to be concentrated and do it fluently. So first we will finish with the presentation, and then we will start to answer all the questions. Great? Okay, so let's go with Trello. Trello is a digital tool that supports agilology. I think you know already what is it, agile methodology, because now it's quite modern trend, let's say, in management. It's kind of mindset that has different principles, based on different principles. The first principle is individuals and interactions are over process and tools. So this methodology says that the most efficient teams are the teams that appreciate connections and relationships within the team. So, and you will see that Trello actually really promotes a good relationship between the people who are working in one team. The next principle is working software over comprehensive documentation. So I would say it may be more simple, so no bureaucracy. Yeah. So if sometimes you have so many, let's say, regulations, papers, so Trello actually helps you to avoid a lot of papers that regulate your work, and you will see that it builds work on the basis of the basis of flexibility. Then the third principle is the customer collaboration over contract negotiation. So the same like with the teams, no? So the most important thing for this methodology and for Trello, like a tool of this methodology, is collaboration and relationship between people. Then the last principle is responding to change over following a plan. I think I already have mentioned it, that Trello helps you to be very flexible, because there is very good system of notifications of changes. You can change very easy the construction of the tasks, the order of the tasks. So, and it gives you really a lot of flexibility. You can see on the screen that there are a lot of big companies that use Trello. Just an example. Google, Adobe, Red Hat, British Red Cross, I think the most, National Geographic is the most famous ones in this list. And on the web page of the Trello, and I hope you already visited it in order to subscribe to the platform, there are a lot of, let's say, opinions about this platform, and I really like this one, because it's this let's say recommendation or comment on the platform gives us information that this platform combines a lot of good methodologies of management, and that's why it helps people to organize better their work. It's quite very synergetic tool, I would say. Okay, so now what about the price? Yesterday, when you made your self-presentation on our MOOC, a lot of people, a lot of participants said that for them it's very important to learn about free tool because we are youth organizations and we don't have, let's say, so much resources to pay for good tools. And there is a very good news because Trello, it has free option, and this free option, this free plan, is quite complete enough for doing great job. If you want to add more options, so you can pay not so many money, not so a lot, but you will have more options. But according to our experience, for example, our team already uses Trello around 3 years, and we don't pay, and we are very satisfied with the free option of the tool. So I recommend you to start with a free option, and you will see that it will be very suitable. As I already said, it will not be our webinar will not be the demonstration of the all options of Trello. No, I just will explain why our team uses it. So let's see 5 reasons why iWith.org uses this tool. First of all, this tool you can use this tool for presentation of your progress and self-efficiency. So you will see that in Trello you can find such option as checklists, where you can see how the task is completed. So that's why you can see how many things you have further for doing, or how many things you already have done, so you can be satisfied with the task. And this visual presentation of the self-efficiency really motivates very well. When you see this line of completion of the task, so it's really very rewarding. The second reason why we use this tool is because it helps to keep all documentations about the project or about the different processes in one place. What does it mean? Before, I would like to ask you, where do you keep your documents? Could you please answer me on the chat? Where do you keep your documents for your projects? For sharing with others as well. In the cloud, okay? You with the team, like when you work with your team, where do you keep your documents? Mail? Great. I don't know if the situation, Google Classroom, oh great, we have people who already know what is it, so if I'm not mistaken, it's Ilkin, no? So you can share with us our experience when we will speak about Google Classroom. Great. So I don't know if the situation is known to you, but sometimes I have documents in different places, in my desktop, on my desktop, on different folders in Google Drive, on the folders in the Dropbox. Sometimes in my mail I keep documents, etc. So, and sometimes it's a big mess. So, and especially when you have a lot of projects that go in parallel, so you have documents over there, and there. So it's very difficult to sometimes to find exact document. If someone asks you, could you please send me this document? So, and you spend 5-10 minutes in order to find it and send it to the person. So that Trello actually helps our team to keep all documentation in one place. You can create the card for one project or the board. Then I will explain what is it. And you can keep all documentation about this program or project or process in one place. And if you have any requests to send the document within the team, you can share it through Trello. Or if it's kind of external request, so you just can save it and then send it to the person. But anyway, your documentation is over there. Your documentation is inside of the Trello. So in any time, anyone from your team can have access to this document. The third principle that we updated all the time about what actually every member of our team is doing right now. What do I mean? That you can filter the tasks of the whole team, and you can see that, for example, me, Alla, what kind of things she's doing right now, what kind of projects are running by her right now. So, and I can check every member of the team. So, and we are very updated, who is doing what. Especially, it's very important when you are traveling a lot. And in youth organizations, it's quite, let's say, normal thing, yeah, because we have a lot of projects, youth exchanges, trainings, seminars, meetings, and all of us, we are somewhere. So, and if you want to check if your team member is doing the tasks that you're working together, you can check it. And you can cooperate in a distance quite easily. And the next, let's say, reason why we do it, because it helps us to establish good collaboration with the team. We have the system of notifications. If someone sends me the message or shares with me the document, I receive the notification. And I know that we are working together, and someone changed a little thing in my project, or we added, let's say, new activity in our project. And so in this platform, you can see the whole evaluation of the project and how a team cooperates and within this project, and who made what kind of changes. I think for youth organizations it's also very important, because sometimes it's a bit chaotic, no? So, and you don't know who took this decision or that decision, and who is responsible for making this or that. So in Trello, you can see the whole history, the whole process of the changes in the project and the team collaboration. And of course, it helps us to structure the team meetings. Why? So why team meetings? You can actually develop your own system, but I will share with you how we do it in our team. Every 2 weeks we have a meeting when we check all the tasks that was done or not. So, and in Trello we can change the position of the task that was done. We put it on to the column done, and we can see the progress of our common work. So actually we don't plan any meeting, because the meeting is already planned by Trello. Everyone has its own board, and we can see the evaluation of the work within these 2 weeks. And then we plan the activities for next 2 weeks. We register these activities in Trello board. And this helps us for the next meeting in 2 weeks to see how these tasks are evaluated. So it's quite a structural tool that helps you to have a direction of the meetings that you have with the teams. Okay. So before I will go to the demonstration of the Trello, I would like to ask you if the principles and the reasons why we use this tool are clear for you right now, or maybe you have any questions about it. And I will scroll our chat and will try to answer on your questions that you were asking me while I was presenting. It was a question about Google Classroom, if it's a tool just for e-learning. Well, actually, Google Classroom, it's an online platform, and the Google Classroom also can be used for other reasons. You can also keep save documents there. Like, it can be used like a platform for to order your projects and to order your documentation as well. Why not? Everything is clear. Everything is clear. But it's not much comprehensive. How many people are in your team? How many we are? We are 7 persons, and very often we have volunteers and also some people who work partly. And for them, I think it's very also important to participate in Trello, because if you work partly, you can miss a lot of information, no? What actually was happening when you are not in the team. So, and Trello all the time updates you with all changes that had happened in the team while you have not been there. So, so it's a meeting only to clear Trello tasks. Teresa, you mean how we structure the meetings? Yes? Just want to understand your question a bit better. While Teresa is writing, I will start to answer on her question. Well, yes and no. So, of course, when we speak during the meeting, we evaluate the progress of the work on every project that we have in our team. And cleaning the tasks help us to see this evaluation line, no? How many tasks were done during 2 weeks. Does it work with students? One moment, it's moving. Does it work with students? I mean, can it be used for teaching? Sure. It's actually, Teresa, a very good question. And sometimes we use Trello for organizing trainings as well. Especially for the part, I think all of us, we somehow try to organize at the end of the training activities where students behave themselves, no? When they develop project or develop the program or develop kind of recommendations for something based on the materials that we were presenting during the training. So for this part, we use Trello to organize our participants. We give them tasks and we register these tasks in Trello. We share the link with them and all of them can enter. And then it helps them to be more structural during implementation of this task. So yes, we also use it for trainings. Will you send home tasks to your mails after the webinar if we have any? Well, actually, we didn't plan any home task for this tool, but I think now when you already have your own account there, and I will share you the link with the platform that I created for you for this webinar. I think you can by your own try this tool, no, without any home task. But if you want home task, no problem. More questions? Teresa, did I answer on your question about meetings? Okay, makes sense. Good. I just wanted to know how often you meet. Okay, so I think here we need to go a bit more deeply. That Trello actually, as I already mentioned, that it's a tool for agile methodology, no? And one of the agile methodology is Scrum. Maybe you have heard about it. So we apply Scrum methodology to our management. How does it work? Every day Yes, every day we have the meeting after the, it's the end of the day. We have a group meeting for 5-10 minutes where we revise all the tasks that we have on Trello, and everyone in our team presents the information, what is done today by him or by her. So, and we, all of us, we adapt it on this basis. And then every 2 weeks, as I already have said, every 2 weeks we have the priority of task that everyone needs to do, and then for whole team, where we are going to get, no, after these 2 weeks. And then every member of the team makes plan in order to achieve this task established for 2 weeks. So, answering on your question maybe a bit shorter, we have meeting every day. At the end of the day, 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, very fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 members, done. So I think everyone speaks less than 1 minute, so 1 minute or maybe maximum. And then meeting every 2 weeks, and we do it more or less 1 hour. And first of all, during our meeting, we share our feeling. How do we feel? You remember that Agile methodology promotes good relationship within the team, right? So, and this sharing with the feelings really helps us to feel a member, no? To feel a member of the team. And we really try to develop personal relationship. Why? Because, in a good sense, I mean. Why? Because sometimes in some companies, teams treats you like just a role. No, you are a manager, you are a fundraiser. But for us, it's very important to understand how a person feels in general. What is happening in his or her family? What kind of difficulties our members have in their studies, for example. Why? Because our general emotion, our general, let's say, mood influences a lot on how we are working, right? So, and when we know, for example, that someone has personal problems, so we understand that, of course, he or she will not be so efficient these 2 weeks, and somehow we can support him or her. So, and this sharing with the feeling really helps to establish good understanding between team members. Then it was the first circle. Then the second circle, we speak about what was done. So we revise our cards within the Trello platform. And the third circle, we speak about what we are going to achieve during these 2 weeks. And the last circle, we share our ideas how we can improve our work. Yes, and of course, all our findings and all our ideas we put to the Trello. And when we have another meeting in 2 weeks, we just revise what kind of ideas we applied or not, and why. So, great. So, guys, did you have a chance to sign up to the Trello? Could you please let me know? Because right now I would like to share with you the platform that I created. Okay, here you can see the home of the platform. What you can do with this? You can see that here on the column on the left side, you see the line boards, no? Word boards. What does it mean? That you can organize your work board by board. For example, for us, every board is 2 weeks. Board, this is a place or space where you are going to work and organize your materials, activities, and projects. Sometimes for some projects or for some organizations with whom we work, we organize every board for one project. Yeah, so it depends on you. Trello, as I already mentioned, is very, very flexible, and you can organize it in a way that you prefer. So for every board, you can create the team. What does it mean? So for this space, working space, you can have exact team with exact members. It means that you can create different borders for different teams. And if you work with different partners or different projects, it's very, very good thing because you have all stuff for your teams in one place. Yes? And if, for example, you have partner for 2 or 3 projects, so you can have 3 or 2 boards for these partners. Yeah, and when you call them and say, okay, Henry, could you please go to this project and we will see what is done, we can check what is done, what is not. Yes? So, and then you will be in the same place, everything is visual, and you can organize your work together. So if you are now inside of the tool, yes, inside of the Trello, you can see it on your screens. Okay, so let's go further. What else we can do? Now I will show you the board, how it looks like inside. Okay, one moment. One moment, and I will show it to you. Yeah. Now you can see it. So when you click on board, you can see how the tasks are how the tasks are organized. You can see that there is different columns, and you can create one. No? You can see on the right corner, add another list. Yes, and you can add another list of the tasks. This is very simple version that I really like to use because it helps me to understand different processes of my work. For example, if I have to do something, for example, to call someone, no, I don't write it on the post-its on paper. I just go to Trello and I add the task in the list of the tasks. I add there the task to call to Henry, for example, no, and I have it there. In progress. So when today I would like to call the Henry, so I just click this card and I put it to this column in progress. So I know that today in progress I'm going to do it. So in the list of the tasks you can find and you can create a lot of different tasks for you. Yes. So actually what we are doing during our work, and then to manipulate these tasks, what we are going to do with it. In progress. So in progress, I have to organize final conference, to write the post application, to develop the plan of the workshop. So it means that today I'm going to do to work on it. Today, or in our case, these 2 weeks. Yes, because for us in progress, this is this period of 2 weeks that divided by meetings. Yeah. Okay. And then I have the column day by day. I will show it a bit later how it works. But here I have a plan for 2 weeks and priorities for 2 weeks that we established during the meeting. And then I have the column done, my favorite one, where I put all the tasks that already done within 1 day or within these 2 weeks. Is it clear for now, guys? Could you please let me know? Or you have some questions? Thank you, Teresa. How to have it for a team of 2024? The same. So you just like, I can propose you two options. It depends how your team is working. I mean, if you are working on the same project, so you create the board for all 24 people. But if you work, for example, with 4 people for one project, for 6 people for another project, you can create different teams. And within different teams, you have different boards. Yes? More or less? But this actually, it is a good question how to work with it, no? How to plan. I would say that the tool is very flexible, and we learn actually from it as well, like a team. And as I already said, every 2 weeks we have a question how we can improve. So we all the time improve the use of this tool. Do you normally use it with a smartphone or computer? Is it smartphone friendly? Yes, this is smartphone friendly. You can use it in smartphone. I don't, but other teams of other members of our teams, yes. Yes, I use it with my laptop. Some people are just lazy to use tools, but actually they can make the whole process easier and more effective. Yes. Yes, Maria, it's true. I think also it's not the thing about to be lazy. I think that we don't pay attention to educate these people. No, we don't pay attention to and time. We don't plan this time, as I already mentioned, to sit down together and speak and learn together. Yeah. Okay. So Teresa wrote, yes, it's true, digital transformation. It needs to be a top-down transformation in a way. If there isn't a boss who says this is how tasks are scheduled now. Yes, totally true. I think digital transformation should be based on democratic way as well, no, and democratic basis. Because if not, if someone said you, okay, guys, since today we are going to use this tool, so what kind of motivation you you want to have in a team? Like nothing, because it's really should be done by people, because it will be used by people. Okay, while you're asking me questions, I will prepare for you another picture. Yeah. So now you can see what is actually happening inside of every task, inside of every card. For example, here you can find my card to write the product application. So first of all, I like to make some description of the task. Why? Because if I'm absent or if people can't contact me for some reasons, and you go to the description of the product that I'm working on, people can find basic information about it. For example, they know that I'm writing now the application about online activism, and I'm going to present it for the February deadline. So just very brief information for people, or even for me, because sometimes we have so many tasks and they are similar. So when I enter to the card, I can see, let's say, the context, no, the context of every task. Then I can create checklist, and you can see it on the right column, checklist, add checklist, and then you add checklist and name it as you wish, and write down here the tasks to complete. And when you complete it, you see here the line. Yeah, now it's 0%. But when you start to click on the tasks when they are done, so you will see the progress. And then here I can add other people to my task. members. So for example, here I have member VB without any picture, but doesn't matter in this case. Also, I can establish deadline, due date. What else? And here also, team who is working with me on this task, they can leave comments here. Yeah. So, and it's not a. Of course, we have also mailbox, no? But sometimes when we are speaking in the context of different tasks, we are communicating with our members within Trello. So we have a communication process on this task inside of this task. I shouldn't go to my mailbox and find the message from my colleague. I have everything in one card. So now it's very, very simple card, day by day. So it's how I plan my daily work within 2 weeks. So first of all, I establish priorities. For example, for these 2 weeks, I have priority to develop the MOOC, to prepare a conference, and to prepare application for new project. This is my priorities. I know that in youth work, well, when you are working with a project, there are so many things that you don't expect. No, someone calls you, or you need to go for some conference or meeting that you didn't plan, and so on. For me, it's very important to have priorities in order to direct my work. Yeah. Sometimes I say no, I will not go. If I see that it's not so important, and if I see that I don't have time to get my priority tasks. And to establish this priority really helps me to manage my time. And then when I have these priorities, I try to develop the, let's say, draft plan for these 2 weeks, for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So here you can see it, but if you are inside of the platforms that I have created and shared with you, you can see that you can scroll a bit down, and you can see that there is a schedule for whole 2 weeks. Yeah. And then I can just, if I didn't do one task, I just put it to another place for another day. And if my day is done, I just close it. And then at the end of these 2 weeks, I can evaluate my work. So what tasks have been done, and how I met my priorities. Great. So well, and I think the column with done tasks, I will not comment because it's quite clear, no? Done is done. Okay. And now, if we come back to our presentation and to the reasons why we use this tool, you can see, that all reasons that I presented you, they are met by Trello. So it's easy to see the progress because you have checklists. It helps to keep all documents in one project, and I think you have seen that there is the option add documents, to attach documents to the card. Helps to be updated about the work of the other members of team. So you can see the border. It was my board, but I can see others' boards. Yes, so you can enter to the board, or you can filter, and you can see what kind of stuff your colleagues are doing right now. And helps to establish collaboration between the team. And you also have seen it, yes, because you can add the person to your card. You can comment the task together. You can put all together documents. You can turn on notifications and be updated what is going on with your tasks. and to structure team meetings. So I think it's also clear. It was a question. So board project card task. Well, Teresa, you can organize it by different way. I just have presented how we do it. Yeah. So for me, for now, for me, board is 2 weeks. And within 2 weeks, I'm organize my cards there. Card is task for me, yes. But as I already mentioned, when I was working for other organizations, we organize board like projects. Yeah, because, for example, I collaborate with one organization where we have 10 projects, no, all together. So we need to somehow order all the documentation and everything. So we organize every board for one project, and we have different teams for these boards. Because, for example, sometimes it's not needed that I'm in all boards of my team because I don't collaborate with them. Yeah, so you can be flexible with it. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your participation, your questions. It was a pleasure to work with such an active group. And I invite you to follow us on Twitter, on Facebook, on our webpage. I saw that a lot of people from our MOOC are now our followers of our Facebook page. It's very, very important for us to have more people and to be able to collaborate with more people and to share the information that we have. Thank you very much for your participation. We will have the recording on the web page. We just need to wait a bit in order to have this recording. And tomorrow you will have also very interesting presentation of asana. And my colleagues will explain you step by step how to work with it. Sign up on Trello webpage. Let's stay in contact and enjoy our MOOC. Thank you very much, guys. Have a nice evening and see you within our project online.